message through, and ready to go is what I will say, and we'll switch on over to the game.
Yeah.
And
well, Space Animals, they started week 1 0-5. Last week they went 1-4. So this is where, this is the momentum. They're getting better every week, Crisis. And, maybe this is the week they'll take a map off.
Maybe indeed. Well, we're into the game, ladies and gentlemen. On the blue side, Allstars, Flip, Groovy Grape, Jules. And on the orange side, Space Animals, Aura Crow, Cubics, and Nerd. It is game on in week number 3. And Husey, this is going to be massive for these two teams.
It is indeed. We can see Space Animals already up in the blue half of things. Nerd gets an aerial there, but Groovy Grape centers it for Jules, who just drops it behind him a little bit. Not enough to get a shot off there, off the wall. Aura Crow, the closest to it, and he gets it, centers it a little bit towards the blue side, Crisis.
This is going to be massive. Oh yeah, we've just been following. Aura Crow goes up. He doesn't get a touch to that ball coming through, but he was lucky. It touched the post there on the outside of the blue goal there. Groovy Grape now carrying the ball back up again. This is a dangerous cross, but Nerd is there to pick it up. But straight away, the All-Stars, just like last week against Sequential Gaming, are getting the pressure on early and keeping it on. Here's some danger, though, up into the air. Groovy Grape goes through and stops a dangerous floating lob heading towards the goal. It's floating back, Husey, back into the orange zone on attack for the All-Stars.
Yeah, Flip needs to defend his goal here. Hits it back towards the orange side. Aura Crow's got it now, but runs into Cubics a little bit. Flip just misses it off the wall. Jules pushing it forward. Aura Crow is there again, but Nerd able to deflect it away from his goal. Ball now in the blue side of the court. Groovy Grape knocking it up, looking for a nice aerial strike. Gets it towards the right-hand side of the orange goal. Cubics again, though, there to defend. Joels has got a center for Aura Crow, once again with a good defense.
Well, right now, no scores, ladies and gentlemen, and that's because these two teams feeling each other out. Nice pressure from both in each of the movements as they get the ball and carried up. There's not a lot of what we often see where the ball gets into a zone and then gets very quickly cleared out. Both of these teams taking their shots, building up some pressure, and it's just the defense that is so good that is keeping it out of the goal face, and then the follow-through clearing it out. Groovy Grape carrying it up. He opened the accounts last week against Sequential Gaming. Maybe he'll do it again tonight, Husey. But right now, it is all about the orange team, the Space Animals, pressurizing.
Yeah, Space Animals looking like beasts here. Aura Crow and Nerd keeping the pressure on the All-Stars, not letting them really find their groove in this one. Aura Crow gets an aerial there, but Flip gets one at the same time. Cubics with a nice knockup. There's no one in the goals for All-Stars, but Jules makes it across in time to deflect that one away. Nerd gets a good center. Maybe Aura Crow could fry something here, but Groovy Grape again comes through in the clutch and deflects it away from the goal. Aura Crow looking for an area around that center boost, but Groovy Grape is there again to cramp his style prices. Groovy Grape, a name we're saying a lot in this one.
Yeah, Groovy doing a lot of carrying for his team. That's it. I'm not sure if I think Flip in the end was the one that took away the MVP. We'll just check that later on and confirm that. But yeah, Groovy Grape, I believe is the captain. I always think of him. Oh, the score comes through. Groovy Grape, as you were calling it, mate. That's the name that we're going to be calling tonight. And he opens the account for the blue team, and the All-Stars are on the board.
Yeah, only 1:43 remaining in this one. A bit of a late score there for both teams, but maybe that 1-0 will be enough. All-Stars, though, cannot rest on their laurels here as Crow knocks it towards the goal, but Flip gets a good deflection away. Nerd is there in the midst with Jules and Flip, keeping the ball under contention. Cubics misses it there, actually. Aura Crow forced to aerial up to take that one away. Groovy Grape goes up as well. Knocks it up in the air as Cubics gets a good deflection in the air, but Jules goes in with a shot and just misses. Groovy Grape again with another shot, not finding it, however, as Aura Crow and Cubics back on the defense, Crisis.
Yeah, I think Jules was faking there. It's not usual for teams of this caliber to whiff an aerial like that. So, oh, wow, so close. Cubics with a massive shot bouncing off the corner post, inches away from evening up the scores. He will be filled with disbelief. Jules doesn't give them a moment to rest, though. The pressure back into that orange zone. Flip picks it up in the midfield as it gets cleared out. Flip again with another touch. Groovy Grape up into the air, wins the just, and keeps it in that orange zone. 40 seconds to go, Husey, and goodness me, that was the goal that could have been! Groovy
Grape. Again, second goal here for the All-Stars, going the way of Groovy Grape. Perfect center for Jules. No one in the goal there for Space Animals. Just, they couldn't get any more textbook.
Goodness me, so Groovy Grape carrying the striking role at the moment for his team. Last week I made the mistake, Husey, of calling him, well, that floated across dangerously, but not really too threateningly. But yeah, I called Groovy Grape their goalie, and then he spent the rest of the evening scoring goals. So I'm going to call him call a spade what a spade, and that is a striker. Old Groovy Grape with the 2 goals for the blue team. 10 seconds to go. He carries it up into the orange zone.
Oh,
it's a floating ball and a hat trick in the first game for Groovy Grape.
Groovy Grape proving to be one smooth cutter indeed, just rolling the ball over the top of everyone on the Space Animals. 6 seconds left in this one. Probably just going to close it out with some safe play here, but All-Stars got some room to work with if they want to make something special happen here in the last 3 seconds. There goes Aura Crow looking for the miracle shot, not going to find it. Winner there, going to be the All-Stars.
Yeah, good play by the All-Stars in their first game. So, so we have the Plantronics MVP, of course, that we're going to be selecting later on. It's 1 month of premium for tonight, and that means that these players are playing for real benefits. And that MVP award, it's right now looking very, very favorable for one Groovy Grape.
Yeah, you know, he's a... he's a very good grape, and he's really found his groove here, as it were, being able to get off 4 shots there, 3 of them as goals, and as well as that, the role that he played cannot be understated in that whenever Space Animals early in that game were looking for some room to maneuver, looking to set up some shots on the goal, he was there in their face, knocking the ball away or just simply disrupting the flow of attack.
So shout out to the teams. Cubic saying always waiting on Crisis. What he doesn't know is I'm frantically filling in bits and bobs and pressing buttons here in the background, and hopefully things will get sorted out without too many errors tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering who's bringing you the Cyber Gamer Premier League this week, of course it is the huge sponsorships that have put together the prizes for tonight, in fact for the whole CGPL are Mwave, Netgear, Logitech, AK Racing, Turtle Beach, and as I mentioned, the Plantronics MVP award later on at the LAN event. But we're into game number 2, Husey, and we'll pay a bit more attention to the sponsors a little bit later because the action is on the field right now.
Your Space Animals again coming out strong in this one. They showed early aggression last time. Can they keep up the pace throughout this game? They fell off a little bit towards the end as the All-Stars started to ramp into their own style, and Flip now dangerously close to the orange goal. Can't quite find the shot there. Jules setting it up, but there's not enough follow through. Aura Crow and Nerd working together there to knock it away. Groovy Grape again back towards the orange goal, looking for a shot here, centers it beautifully. Here comes Flip, and he doesn't get the goal. It bounces off the top crossbar. Jules is there with some follow-up in an area, but not going to find it, Crisis. All-Stars, we're talking about Space Animals being aggressive early. All-Stars already with a very nice shot on the goal.
Yeah, and straight away into the blue zone come the boys from Space Animals, and they get themselves on the board, break the donut with a great goal there. Coming through from Aura Crow, touching it with his undercarriage and bouncing it hard off the ground and up into the crossbar, and that gets them onto the board. Beautiful play there from Aura Crow, and the Space Animals will take confidence. Even though they went down 3-0, they're playing from the front now, Husey.
Yeah, Aura Crow, he was the name on Space Animals we were mentioning the most last game, particularly when they're up in there in attack. Cubics now needs to knock this ball away to prevent any further aggression from the All-Stars. Cubics still going down the field. We saw him play the defense for last game. Aura Crow with another shot. He's got a double already. He's following in the footsteps of Groovy Grape and showing that perhaps there could be another hat-trick in this series.
Yeah, look at that. Puts on a great angle right next to the right-hand post. No way that the goalie was going to be able to get there. Congratulates his teammate thanks his teammate for A great pass, and straight away the All-Stars looking to reply. They've got the ball up into the orange zone. It's now in the dead zone in the corner though, and finally cleared out by Nerd. Not very well though. Groovy Grape with a great looping aerial touches the ball in the midfield. The follow through from Jules, not enough to get it properly into the all zone. They're just controlling it, passing it one to the other at the moment. Groovy Grapes finally gets it into the orange zone. A low ball floating through there. Jules with a strike that doesn't find its way in. The joust now up into the air as Groovy Grape keeps the ball away from his goalpost. Jules with the follow through, but it's still good pressure from the Space Animals, Husey, in the blue zone. And just as I say that, it's right out of there and into the midfield.
But Cubic's now bringing it back. Groovy Grape there with a nice defense. Knocks it away from his goal. Aura Crow. Aerials that needs to get a nice save here from Nerd. But no! Groovy Grape with the reply. Of course, he's going to be the one that's scoring the goals for the All-Stars. 2-1. Still in favor of Space Animals. But what an aerial from Groovy Grape.
Fantastic play indeed. As we head into the, well, it is the third minute of play already. 1-2 at the moment between these two teams. The All-Stars leading in the series, of course. But right now, the boys from the Space Animals are looking to even up the scores if they keep things this way. 2.5 minutes, though. A lot of play still to come from these two teams in this game. Husey, good pass there from Aura Crow, but Nerd can't put it together.
I couldn't quite find the shot to the corner there. This is a lot faster paced game than what we saw last time. It took until almost the second last minute to the first goal. Nerd gets the cross from Cubics but unable to convert as Flip is there with a great save on the ball. Aura Crow looking for a shot here, but Flip and Jules combined for the defense. Cubics goes up the wall, hits it with his rear, and now Nerd clears it out of the way for the Space Animals, looking for some more aggression down by the All-Stars goal. Cubics is looking for the ball, overplays his hand a little bit, and Groovy Grape again on the attack, hits it over Aura Crow, and he gets his second one for the day. What a solo effort.
That is a Jam Gaming top 5 play if I've ever seen one. Gets it into the air, gets one touch, and just sneaks it over the defender. What finesse, and that's even up the score. Groovy Grape leading from the front again, picking up a double for his team so far. We're sticking with him right now. He gets a good touch, passing it back to Flip, who carries it forward. Cubics is there in the goals to meet the ball, gets it away, but Groovy Grape ever present in that midfield, picking up the ball and returning it. But now danger, but the joust from Groovy Grape yet again. Husey, time and time again, he seems to be everywhere on the field.
I don't know how he manages to do it. Usually, you know, I could barely get off the ground. And he's up here flying around like he's in a jet fighter, not a car. But Cubics now knocking it away from the Space Animals goal. Groovy Grape again in the air, deflecting it away from his goal. But Nerd returns it down to the back right corner now of the All-Stars goal. Groovy Grape sending it up the field. Cubics is in goals to defend this one, taking it out. Just kind of long lob shots to trading back and forth between these two teams at the moment. Someone needs to find an angle here if we're going to see any more goals come out of Crisis.
Yeah, neither of the teams want to drop a goal, but Aura Crow wants to score one. 40 seconds to go. He pirouettes in the air, gets a great position, and a nose touch into the goal. 3-2 in the Space Animals back in the lead, Husey.
Only 40 seconds left in this one. Can the Space Animals hold on to claim just their second map ever in this league? And we can see Aura Crow looking like he wants to score. Another one here. He's already got 3 to his name. Can't quite get the 4th one in. And Nerd just barely misses the shot here. Flip hits the ball towards an undefended goal, but Cubics makes it back right in time to defend that one and keep the lead of the Space Animals intact. And Jules misses it in the air. Groovy Grape, can he get the defense? Hits it over the top. Aura Crow is there again. He's got his 4th one. 4-2. Space Animals lead. 13 seconds left in this game, Crisis.
Aura Crow has just heard the challenge. Get some flair as well, man. He is playing out of his skin. The nice shots go out from his team and from the opponents together. Great sportsmanship from these two teams. 4-2 the situation. 10 seconds to go. And Aura Crow replying to the performance of Groovy Grape in game number 2, scoring 4 goals for his team, Hughes. and he's picked up that gauntlet that Groovy Grape threw down, and he has said, mate, here's a few in the face.
Groovy Grape currently sitting on 5 goals, Oracro on foe. He's chasing that goal cap. He's going for most goals scored in the series, and both of these guys really carrying their teams in this one, just going. They're scoring all of the points. We can't downplay though the assistance of the rest of their team of Flip, Jules, Cubics, and Nerd, just setting up some of those nice shots. But my gosh, Groovy Grape, that second goal of his there, that total solo effort was amazing.
Yeah, just quite incredible. His team looking to open up or go through the third week with a donut, starting off with a donut, and you could be forgiven after 2 losses 2 weeks in a row for them feeling, well, it's now going to be a repeat. But man, Oracro said, dudes, we are in this. It's the second game. I'm going to score 4 goals. We'll even up the series. We're back to square one. And let's take on the All-Stars and show them what we're made of. So we're into game number 3. A quick shout out to all of our Twitch viewers. We just cracked the 100 there. And I just want to say to you guys, let's get some more viewers there. If anybody's got a Reddit account, which I'm sure you have, post on Reddit that we're live, CGPL event on twitch.tv. And if you've got a Twitter account, Facebook, spam it out, boys and girls. Get the spectators in here because we are going to have a massive night of Rocket League.
Well, if these first 2 games are anything to judge by, it's going to be one hell of an evening. I couldn't have asked for some better games to cut my teeth on, as it were. We're just getting ready for the 3rd game in this one. All-Stars up against the Space Animals. Can Space Animals continue the momentum from the last game? We're going to find that out now as the game gets underway. Oracro with the first touch there. Cubics knocking it towards the All-Stars goal. And Nerd there as well, providing some pressure. Groovy Grape knocks away. Oracro with a shot on goal, but off the right-hand side. Upright doesn't quite manage to fling it in there. Groovy Grape on the ball. Nerd with some aggression again, but doesn't manage to knock it in.
Oh, Flip with a very lucky juggle and a double touch in the midfield. That secures possession. And the ball now floating towards the Cubics, who clears it out. I said the Cubics, I meant to say the goalie Cubics, and shorten things out there. Donuts on the board for the first 30 seconds, but really the momentum right now, Hughes, is with the Space Animals, and the pressure as well into that blue zone.
They're really feeling themselves at the moment, particularly Oracro. Knows he can score goals on the All-Stars. Know they can keep up the scoring pace with the really high-octane offense that is the All-Stars. As Lightning there goes for a goal there, but doesn't quite manage to get the aerial before Nerd knocks it away. Flip off the side of the wall. Oracro goes for a shot, but Lightning again there to deflect the ball away. Nerd boosting through, looks for a shot here, but Lightning clears it away as Cubics comes through across midfield, knocking it towards the All-Stars goal. Groovy Grape gonna knock it away, Crisis.
Yeah, so just if you're paying attention, ladies and gentlemen, the roster for All-Stars, we've had a sub out. Jules has dropped out and Lightning has come back in. I wonder if he was experiencing some sort of connection issues in that previous game. And a great shot! Flip gets himself onto the board there, not leaving all the scoring up to Groovy Grape. And the All-Stars in front in game number 2 with a power shot. In fact, man, it wasn't actually that hard. 68 k's per hour. I think he struck it really hard, Hughes, but the deflection off the defender slowed the ball down. And in the end, 68 k's per hour, but a goal is a goal.
Yeah, he got just the right angle there where he was able to get it when no one from the Space Animals could deflect it away. In fact, it bounced off Oracro and into the goal. We see the All-Stars again continuing their aggression here, looking for a goal on the side of the Space Animals, but unable to find anything at this point. Oracro sending it towards the goal, but Groovy Grape is there to deflect it away. Cubics with the aerial off the side again. Groovy Grape, though, undefended goal. Can the Space Animals get there? They can't. Groovy Grape racks up another goal for himself as Oracro went for the save, just a little bit too slow.
Yeah, the aggression of the Space Animals punished by Groovy Grape gets a long goal credit there with a breakaway goal against, well, not quite against the run of play because that's their second unanswered goal so far in the game number 3. But that pressure was building in the blue zone from the orange team, but they played high risk and they paid with no reward. In fact, high reward for the boys in blue.
The All-Stars now have a 2-goal lead. Space Animals really need to concentrate in this one, get themselves back into a lightning. Flips it over the top of Aura Crow, but Nerd luckily able to save that one. Groovy Grape is here with some more aggression onto the ball, but Flip goes up and wins the joust against Nerd, knocking it towards the Space Animals goal. Cubics needs to knock it away here as the All-Stars reset for the expected aggression out of Space Animals, but no one is following up on Nerd's deflection. Groovy Grape hits it in the air. Nerd knocking it now towards the All-Stars goal. Not quite on point, however, as Flip and Lightning are there to send it back towards the Space Animals. Cubics centers it. Aura Crow knocks it up a little bit more. Not going to be able to find it in there. They just need to get it out of their zone. As Lightning, right in front of the goal, can Flip get the aerial off the top of the crossbar, though not able to quite get the angle on that one, as Groovy Grape looks to continue the push towards the Space Animals goal.
So this is danger now for the All-Stars. They pushed up in attack there, all three of them, and the only thing that stops the goal from going through is the mishit from the orange team. Doesn't quite go in, but that was an undefended goal there. Groovy Grape gets across there, picks up the ball, carries it through on the side, but Nerd intercepts, puts it up into the air. Flip himself gets the flip into the air, his namesake. The pressure kind of in the midfield, so nobody feeling too much pressure, excepting as the countdown approaches the 1 minute mark. Hughes, it's 2-0 in favour from the All-Stars, and Space Animals have to score very, very soon to secure a comeback.
1 minute remaining, just ticked by on the game clock. Time is definitely not on the Space Animals side. Groovy Grape knocking it towards the Space Animals goal, but unable to have any follow through from the rest of his team there, as Nerd is now knocking it towards the All-Stars goal, but Lightning there with a clutch save, able to take that one away from Space Animals. Only 40 seconds remaining. That they can certainly feel the pressure. The Space Animals, they're going to be having that clock, one eye on the clock, the other one on the ball here. Groovy Grape knocking it away from the All-Stars goal. 30 seconds remaining. Cubics and Nerd need to combine for something here. Thus far, it's been all Aura Crow scoring the goals for the Space Animals. Nerd goes for the shot, but hits it off the right. Aura Crow, he gets the goal. 20 seconds remaining. Space Animals finally on the board.
Man, I knew something was up. Cubics carries it up. Nerd gets the rebound, and Aura Crow with the finishing move, and 20 seconds to go. They have the possibility of equalizing. 20 seconds is a long time in Rocket League, and they do what they need to at the opening. They get into the blue zone, but Flip is there, clears it out straight away. Danger right now in the orange zone, but it's cleared away once again. Cubics with the carry. Cubics scores a great solo effort there on the breakaway, evens up the score now, right back in this game. Hughes evening up the scores with 9 seconds to play.
There was a demolition there. Flip was able to follow it up. 9 seconds remaining for our team to possibly steal this away before we head into overtime. Lightning going for the ball along with Cubics. 8 seconds remaining on the clock. 7-6. And now it's counting down towards 0 as Groovy Grape knocks it away from the goal. 1 second left. Can the Space Animals possibly find a goal here before time expires? Groovy Grape goes for the shot at the other end of the field. Doesn't find it. And we are in overtime.
Well, very, 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 very close there. The players keeping the ball up into the air. Groovy Grape just missing the angle there, and the ball going dead, forcing the overtime. Our first overtime of the week, ladies and gentlemen, here on the CGPL, as our first game is really delivering the goods. All-Stars versus Space Animals. Right now, we're in the blue zone. Oh, it's Nerd! Nerd comes through. And that is game number 3 going to the Space Animals.
My goodness, what a setup there from Aura Crow. Nerd finally coming online in this series, gets the clutch goal there. Very great play there coming out of the Space Animals. Now they have 2 maps to their name. This is double what they've earned in the past 2 weeks. So they're now currently sitting on a 4 of 3 points, a triple what they've had previously. This is a different Space Animal side we are seeing tonight, and my goodness, they are delivering.
I tell you what, this has been a fantastic game. It's a different Space Animals, and I don't think it's a different All-Stars quite yet. I just think Space Animals have really come out firing. Allstars playing very, very well. Maybe not at the same height as they were last week just yet, but they're playing their familiar game and scoring goals. Maybe just a little bit too much of an individual effort from each of the three players on the Allstars. But this is unfamiliar territory for them. Hughes playing from behind again and facing, this is match point or match game. If they lose this game, they've lost the series.
Which is something that the Space Animals really haven't had to deal with before, is this being in front. And so we'll have to see how they handle being pressured, because a lot of times people feel the nerves when they're behind, but when you're ahead as well, when you know you're that one game away from victory, that could certainly get to you. But Aura Crow gets a nice save on the goal there as Groovy Grape and Lightning carrying it up, but Aura Crow deflecting it towards the blue side. Flip with a good center there. Can Cubics save it? Lightning almost gets the shot away, but not before Aura Crow gets the double tap. Groovy Grape heading it towards the orange goal at this point. A relatively aggressive match coming out this one, but that's what we've seen from both of these teams. Cubics with the shot crisis, but again, this score remains 0-0 as we end the first minute.
Yeah, it's right now, Space Animals, they are just reveling in the fact that they are leading the series. The pressure is still off them because they just need to win one more game. They've got 2 chances to do that. That doesn't mean they're going to rest on their laurels, so they can kind of open up in this game and go out all guns firing, and that's exactly what they're doing. That said, no goals just yet. So what do we have? We've had 2 shots from the Allstars and just 1 shot from the boys on the Space Animals. Into the orange zone, the ball goes. Flip with a good shot. He juggles it against the wall, but Cubics is having none of it. Clears the ball away. It's picked up on the wall, but Nerd comes through, gets the halo, clears it away. Cubics with a good touch, passes it to Nerd. Cubics back in the midfield, gets a touch, but then it's disrupted by the defense, and the ball back into the orange zone, and Allstars onto the attack, Hughes.
Lightning just misses the aerial there. Groovy Grape looking for a deflection, for a setup for his team. Not going to find anyone there. He goes for the solo effort, but Nerd knocks it away. In these past 3 games, we've seen a kind of slow start and then just explosions of points at the end. And I feel like that's what we're going to see in this one. Nerd centers it there. Aura Crow comes through, but misses just barely there. Oh, Groovy Grape on the defense wasn't able to defend it, but Aura Crow, if he'd gotten that shot in, that was a goal for sure. Cubics knocks the aggression away from Flip as Nerd comes through and knocking it towards the All-Stars goal. Groovy Grape with a shot. Aura Crow, though, able to deflect it away. This is very back and forth. There's no middle ground in this game. Yeah, it's either you're attacking at right at the goal or you're defending right at your own goal. Both teams playing very, very forward in this one.
Yeah, the ball floating towards the goal, picked up by Groovy Grape on the roof there. He challenges an orange player, gets a good touch, a second touch, bouncing off the roof. Is there somebody to follow up? No, there isn't. Well, hang on, we've got Flip around, we've got Lightning around as well. All 3 players from Allstars pushing up on attack. They have to get their rotations going to fall back. And actually, it's just a straight fall back, a rear guard action. They pick up the ball, though, carry it back into the orange zone, and straight away, Aura Crow picks it up, clears it away, but it's back. The challenge in the midfield in favor of the blue team. Lightning with a strike, but it doesn't quite go through, and Aura Crow carries it out. Cubics with the cover for the second follow-up shot, and still donuts on the board with 1.5 minutes to play.
Both of these teams playing very well up to this point. The defense has been very, very tight from both of them. The only real opportunity has been Aura Crow's shot that he just barely missed. But both of these teams thus far have just been playing the defense action superbly. The attack now is what needs to come online. As we head towards only a minute remaining, we see the ball in the midfield. Aura Crow there with a demolition onto Flipper. Groovy Grape gets the aerial, looking for some setup, but Lightning can't quite find it as Aura Crow and Cubics combine to knock it away. Centered now towards the All-Stars goal. Aura Crow looks for the shot, but the defense is there from the All-Stars. Cubics centers up a Nerd, playing a little bit too in front of the ball there. Doesn't manage to find the shot. Up in the air, Aura Crow and Lightning jousting it out. Neither of them coming away with the ball as Flip now centers it. Looking for some follow-up is Groovy Grape there. He knocks it towards the goal. Aura Crow with the deflection away from the goal crisis. The defense, as I've said, has been superb.
Yeah, all about the defense, almost all about the attacking play there. But again, it's cleared away. Groovy Grape now racing along. He meets Cubics though, but the follow through is there from Lightning. This is a dangerous ball. Flip is up in the air, but Cubics again with great defense clears the ball away. Oh, the crossbar, the MVP, and that move just there. 10 seconds to go. Still donuts. And that was the closest we came, I think. Oh, Cubics says not close enough. The All-Stars, 4 seconds to go. Cubics with the lob. Cubics turns around and leaves it there. Oracro came through, didn't get a touch to it, and the gold credit goes to Cubics on the Space Animals, and it's 1-0, and they're going to win the series.
Unless Groovy Grey can find something here, gets a shot, hits it up the top. Can he keep it in the air long enough? No one is going to be able to find it from the All-Star. Nerd knocks it away. Space Animals, they finally won a series. My goodness, now before this we've been saying Oracro's name over and over, but Cubics switched it on so hard in that game, stole it away. 4 seconds left, like a thief in the night, came through and took the series away from the All-Stars. All-Stars, they started this one so strong, 3-0, all goals coming from Groovy Grape in our first map, but, you know, Space Animals, they've become the beasts.
So, Nerd saying that they might need to do a sub, so we'll see if that is the case. We've all readied up, and we'll load into the server in just a moment. Congratulations to the Space Animals getting themselves their first win in the Cyber Gamer Premier League. Big shout out to Netgear, Logitech, AK Racing, Turtle Beach, Plantronics, and the chief sponsor of the CGPL, mwave.com.au. And look, if you want to buy gear from any one of those sponsors, Netgear, Logitech, AK Racing, Turtle Beach, or Plantronics, there's one place that you need to head to. That's mwave.com.au. Thinking of upgrading your PC? Well, go for it. mwave.com.au. Okay.
So it looks like Cubics has left the match here, and we've got Sturm Sealord coming in to replace him. Really unfortunate, because Cubics was really the MVP of that last game, getting the clutch goal at the end and getting a couple of key deflections. We're going to see how the Sealord really fills in for Cubics in this one, as early on we see Space Animals down towards the All-Stars goal. Flip, though, going to knock it towards the orange side of the map. Sealord keeps the ball alive here. All three members of the Space Animals very bunched up at the moment, and now we see Lightning hitting the ball away, just keeping it away from Space Animals, but their Space Animals don't want to be denied here. They want to keep up the momentum they've had. Flip comes through in the aerial just against Oracro, knocking it towards the Space Animals goal.
Groovy Gray picks it up, he gets the crossover, easy clear though, and really not a huge amount of threat on the goal there, as we see Oracro bouncing it against the wall. Groovy Grape anticipates it well, carries it over, as now Oracro takes control of the ball, sends it flying across his own goal face there, but the power too much for any sort of interception to come through. Donut still on the board as the ball returns to the blue zone, as these two teams go head on against each other. Now we know that the Space Animals have won the series. We know that the boys from the All-Stars have lost. It's the last game. What's the point of playing, you may ask? Well, All-Stars will take comfort from the fact, Hughes, that they only lost that last game 1-0. So they could put a whole bunch of goals on the board in this last game, and their for and against record, their stats, will actually look a lot better than a loss would suggest.
Exactly right. That's a really great aspect about this 5-game series rather than a best of 5 series. So you have to play out all the games, and you know, even if you lose the series, what we've seen All-Stars do here, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. There's still a chance to improve yourself and to learn from your first couple of games. As we head towards 2 minutes down on the clock, we still see zeros on both sides of the scoreboard. Oracro going to deflect the ball away from his goal. It's kind of still in the penalty box area, that's how I like to describe that. And we see Oracro again carrying the ball here towards the blue side. Sealord looking for a shot here, but Lightning knocks it over the top of him before he can get a bumper on the ball. Groovy Grape again handling the ball for the All-Stars. It's centered. Can Lightning find something here? No. Sealord going to deflect it away, gets the save. Nerd carrying the ball towards the blue side here, but Flip steals it away. Looking for a shot here, looking for some setup for his team, Crisis.
Yeah, with good anticipation, Groovy Grape gets the ball across. It's sitting in front of the goal face. Lightning strikes for reals this time. He's got the chef's hat. He's cooked up a great goal there, juggling with Aura Crow and the left-hand post, beating two defenders in the end there with 2 minutes and 22 on the clock. The All-Stars back in the lead, and it's been a long time coming. They dropped 3 games in a row, Husey, but they are finally in the lead again.
Space Animals are hoping that Lightning doesn't strike twice in this one, because if they go down 2-0 at this point, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. We saw them do that in game number 3, but can they pull off the same thing twice? Let's hope they don't have to here, as they're only down by 1 point. Groovy Grape, and it looks like Lightning carrying the ball towards the Space Animals goal here. Groovy Grape gets the deflection off the wall, but Sealord going to keep dribbling the ball up, as Flip, though, hits it towards the orange goal. Aura Crow with the clutch save there. Nerd wasn't in the right position to save it. Luckily, his teammate had his back there, as Aura Crow looking for the setup hit from Nerd, but going to be denied there by Lightning, as Lightning now is going to be the one dribbling the ball up for the All-Stars, looking to keep his team in front in this one. Even if they lose this series, which they have already done, they go down, but Nerd levels the score in this one. 1 minute 26 left to go. What a goal.
And a solo effort, no, not quite a solo effort. Nerd playing the ball to Storm Sealord. Off the wall, Storm Sealord with a great touch, and the 1-2 finish it. Aura Crow giving the congratulations out to his team. They've evened up the scores, and with 1 minute and 20 to play, the All-Stars have lost their lead, and the momentum firmly back in the hands of the Space Animals.
Oh, Sealord there went for the amazing, the highlight reel shot there. Didn't quite manage to find it, but Aura Crow keeping the aggression on the blue side of the map. Sealord there gonna knock the ball away, but it kind of drifts toward his goal. That's not what he wanted to achieve. Groovy Grape just sitting there. This looks like a free goal, but the orange team able to keep the ball out of their goal there. Lightning looking for something here, but Nerd knocks it over the top of him. He's been the setup man in these ones. Sealord looks for the goal, hits it off the upright, and Groovy Grape kills it out. But Aura Crow off the crossbar again. You said earlier crossbar is the MVP, and I believe it. The amount of goals that little bar has saved in this one. Aura Crow with a perfect shot, but not able to convert it. 30 seconds remain. Blue going for the goal, unable to get it, and now we are ticking towards a second overtime.
Oh, Flip was anticipating that the defender was actually going to get a better touch to the ball there. In the end there, that didn't happen, and so he goes flying past, just got a soft touch himself. The ball in the orange zone right now. Flip looking to create something for his team. No, it's a shot over his head. The cross is there. Oh, almost the score from Aura Crow. The overtime starts though, and that close one was as close as it gets. No, maybe not as quite as close as in the first week that we had, but my goodness me, that was almost a 4-1 victory, just like that, to the Space Animals. We've got the overtime going. It's going to be a golden point right now, whether that is the scoreline in the end, or whether the boys from the All-Stars can salvage a little bit and score that golden point and pick up game number 5 and get that scoreline for the series to 3-2.
Groovy Grape and Flip taking it towards the Space Animals goal here. Sealord just keeping the ball in stasis mode a little bit here, as Aura Crow now knocks it away. Centered the ball for the blue team, but Nerd going to keep the ball away from his goal, knocking it towards the sideline. All-Stars Lightning knocking it towards the middle. Aura Crow, though, centers it a little bit unfavorably for his team, but now he and Sealord combine to take it into the blue half. Aura Crow again looking for another solo goal by half. Dribbles it around Lightning, dribbles it around Flip. He's going for the highlight reel play, but Groovy Grape is there, and he knocks the ball away from his goal. My goodness, if that had been a goal, I wouldn't have known what I was going to do with myself.
Yeah, that was fantastic control from Aura Crow. Almost doing all the business there. Nerd just lurking there, looking to take advantage, but the spoiling of 3 defenders in the end was enough to keep that golden point out and keep the boys from the All-Stars in with a chance of salvaging a little bit from this series. Now Groovy Grape who did so well in that first game, gets the ball up into the orange zone. All the players from the All-Stars are in that orange zone looking to create something. They're going to have to scramble back on defense now. Nerd with a touch, an awkward bounce for the defenders. Oh, a floating touch. Oh, a clutch save, but Nerd comes through. Oh my God, the interplay, number 1, 2, 3, the defenders doing so well. But in the end, Nerd comes through and picks up his second, and a second overtime win for them. And just like that, the sequential killers go down in their own 4-1 loss, Hughes.
Yeah, Space Animals, complete reverse of what we saw last week. Last week, they went down 1-4. This time, they pick it up 4-1. And my goodness, when you take that many shots on goal, one of them is bound to make it through.
Well, what an incredible game, ladies and gentlemen. And that is just the beginning of tonight's casting. Hughesy, we've got to choose an MVP.
How can you go past Oracro? I don't think you can.
So
in that one, he was just everywhere. Like the first game, he scored. The first game that Space Animals won, which was game number 2, he scored 4 goals by himself in one match. That was incredible. And if that wasn't enough, then in almost every single goal subsequent to that the Space Animals got, he was involved in some form or fashion.
Well, we've had that nomination from Hughes. Let's have a look in the Twitch chat if there are any other nominations come through. Let's see. Ban the Soracrow imposter, says Crackerjack. I wonder if there's going to be anybody else. A bit of banter about Kawhi being Aura. Of course, Kawhi isn't Aura, but he played with a little bit of a weird name there. So just going to sort out the scores in just a moment. Hughesy, so just take us through who we're going to be bringing in our second match while I sort that out.
So our second game today is going to be between Invidious and Sequential Gaming. So Invidious, top of the leaderboard at the moment. They are sitting on a very nice score, 4 and against of 8-2. They've won both their previous matches. Their last game was their closest one, and that was against the B team, and they won that one only 3-2. They beat Alpha City 5-0. Previous to that, Sequential Gaming, they fell down last week to the All-Stars, who just didn't go down 1-4. They beat the B team in the first week. So Sequential Gaming, a lot of hype around this team. I'm really interested to see how they perform against Invidious, who is widely recognized as is officially and widely recognized to be the top team.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a moment with Invidious going up against Sequential Gaming, and that is going to be an absolutely massive game. But stay tuned with us. We've got to pay some bills, and we're going to throw over to Cyanide. He's going to play a couple of ads, but don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a couple of minutes for the second game on the Cyber Gamer Premier League Pro Division Week 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Cyber Gamer Premier League. I think that I've got everything sorted out right now, so we finally have our faces on screen. Hughesy, mate, what a start to the evening. It's just an absolutely magnificent esport, this game, Rocket League.
What a game to cut my teeth on. My first CGPL cast for Rocket League. Incredible skill from both teams, incredible individual play and team play. And hopefully our next match is even better. We've got Invidious versus Sequential Gaming coming up for you folks right now. I cannot wait to get into it.
Yeah, it's going to be massive now.